Rose than Parker. Roger Clemens won his 13th game today as Boston beat Baltimore. They pushed Baltimore 8 games behind. The Yankees won an extra inning. They're still 6 back of the Red Sox. Clemens 13-0 now. Pitch to Milner is high. One thing about Clemens, we noticed all afternoon while watching that game, the American League umpires didn't make him come to a stop. The 1-0. In other words, he bounced out of his set position when he stretched with a runner at first base or second, a runner on base. Earl Weaver protested, but they continued to let him do it. 2-0. Strike call, 2-1. So it might be interesting in an all-star game when a National League umpire who requires you to pause at least for a moment sees Clemens pitch. Or when the Braves and the Red Sox are in the World Series, I mean.
Well, you know, they allowed Louis Tiant to not come set. They said it was his regular motion. That seems kind of unfair.
Weaver was protesting, even Eddie Murray late, but that was for the next time they meet. That is a strikeout on a slow curveball to Eddie Milner. That Clemens is some pitcher. Boy, what a fastball and a curve.
Here's the Mailer special, the slow curve. It just freezes Eddie Milner and drops right over the center of the plate. That's a good-looking pitch. And, Ernie, we can't let this go with Houston losing today. The San Francisco Giants are a half game out of first place. That is a surprise of baseball.
The Braves could win here. They'd be 3.5 out. Inside corner to Rose, who was hitless in the first game last night, but picked up 3 in the second. Also had a stolen base. The 0-1. Outside. I don't know if a division has been this close. It'd be 6.5 out. It'd only be 6.5 games between first and last. I mean, that's incredible. 1-1. A little bit high. Last night, Rose got his 1,000th hit at Riverfront Stadium. Some guys play a lifetime in the Major League in all kinds of stadiums and never get 1,000 hits. He now has 4,230 in his career. That's to Horner, and they're going to have to hurry. Mailer gets over there. 3-1. That's an update on the standings right there. And what it shows that if you put any kind of a winning streak together, you could find yourself on top. But the Braves have been unable to do that lately. They've lost 4 in a row. And I think they've lost 6 of their last 8. So they need a turnabout here in a hurry. Everybody knows this guy. Curveball, foul away.
Now, with 2 outs and no one on base, the Braves have gone to the greatest overshift I ever think I've seen a Braves team gone to against any player. Again, there's 2 outs, no one on base. There's Ramirez playing in softball. He's playing short center. Obi is playing shortstop. And you see the rest of the infield pulled around. They are asking Parker, please, hit a single to left field.
Yes, Ramirez is about 10 or 15 feet back of that white line. Inside. Davis is on deck, but 2 away. No score. And the pitch. Change up. 1-2. Parker picked up 1 hit last night in 7 tries. The 1-2. Bouncing ball toward Ramirez. Can he make it? No. Horner had to go off the bag. A good throw might have had him. But Ramirez came in from short center field to field that ball.
Ernie, I think you're right. A good throw has him. That should be an error because Rafi got it, and he was headed toward first base. He just simply threw it high and wide. pulling Horner off, and they give him a base hit. I mean, he was going to be out by a stride.
That's a little bit of a Christmas came early for Dave Parker. Infield hit. Now Eric Davis. Everybody's playing normal. All at once. Davis with a couple of hits last night and a great catch on Murphy. And he had 2 stolen bases. He made a lot of things happen when he got on base. He's hit safely in 7 of his last 9 games. We're going to have a huge crowd here tonight. They're still coming in. Pete Rose jersey night. On the right side into the seats. The only problem, they're going to have about 35,000 probably. They only got 15,000 jerseys to give away.
That's going to be interesting to the 15,000th and first person.
Yes. Those are for the kids, but there's going to be a lot of children disappointed. One ball, 2 strikes. That's going to be a base hit left center field, just out of the reach of Ramirez. So after 2 outs, singles by Parker and Davis have runners at first and second. And here comes Buddy Bell, who had a great series of 4 hits last night. Knocked in 3 runs. Ran the bases like he was 19 years old. Scored all the way from first on a double that didn't get between the outfielders. Bell will be 35 in August. Inside. One ball and strike. Concepcion on deck. The Reds have won 6 of their last 8 games, including 2 out of 3 from Houston. So they're hot. And as Tanner said last night, we just got waxed. And the Braves did. They're the runners first and second. Parker second, Davis first. Missed outside. 2-1. Sidearm curve. Just picked it. 2-2. John Sterling and Ernie Johnson with you from Riverfront Stadium. Tomorrow we'll be on the air at 2 p.m. We'll have a little pregame show. We'll be talking with Harry Wendelstadt, the umpire at first base and one of the best umpires in the business. First pitch is in the neighborhood of 2:15 Eastern. 2-2 to Buddy Bell. Just inside. Now they start him from first and second. 3 balls and 2 strikes and 2 outs. By Virgil and a pitch by Mailer. There they go. Fouled away. Over by the Braves dugout. Wind them up again. All right, we'll see him break with this shot. They are going. The pitch is hit high and foul off to the right into the seat. Absolutely delightful weather here in Cincinnati. Might be a little bit warmer tomorrow. Rumors say it might be in the 90s. It's the Dodgers Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday is off. The Braves will be home next weekend. Three-two again. Bouncer high to short. Rafferty should handle it. And he does. The inning's over. Bell grounds to short. They strand two. We go to the second, no score.
Road Handler, one of the greatest names in tires. With 2 steel belts and radial construction for outstanding wear. The Road Handler Radio. It's one more way we installed confidence at Sears. Right now, save 40 to 50% on these other great tires, the Super Guard Radials. Your choice of tread with a 42,000-mile limited tread wear-out warranty, as low as $29.99.
There's more for your life
at Sears.
Treat beef. Beef, beef. Sleep beef.
No matter how you treat your feet, Dr. Scholl's makes you feel like dancing with Dr. Scholl's foot powders that soothe, foot sprays that deodorize, athletes' foot products that cure.
Funky feet. Funky feet.
Dr. Scholl's has all kinds of comfort for all kinds of feet right here.
Dr. Scholl's makes you feel like dancing.
There's a tree with the wood so wild it burns with flavor. Wild mesquite. Captured by Kingsford. Kingsford with mesquite. Burning with the most tried and true cooking fire in all outdoors. Shot through with the sweet smoking wood of wild mesquite. Kingsford with mesquite. Burning with flavor. Now there are 2 great charcoals.
This telecast authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Braves, intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. And any publication, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game in whole or in part without the express written consent of the Braves and the Turner Broadcasting System is prohibited.
Bob Horner had a pinch hit single last night in an RBI to tie that first game. The Braves lost it 6-4. So he's giving it a try tonight. He did not appear in the second game. The hamstring has been bothering him. That ball is well hit to left, back toward the wall. This ball is out of here. Bob Horner hits the first pitch over the wall in left field. That's his 13th. It's 1-0 Atlanta.
Chris Welsh got this pitch up just a bit, and Horner really hit it right over the plate, just about bell down. That's one way for the Braves pitching, and the Braves get a new lease on life, getting Murphy and Horner on a tear.
Virgil takes outside. The Braves have hit 6 homers in this series. The Reds haven't hit any, and Atlanta is trying to win their first game. Thomas had 2 in the second game last night. Murphy 1. Virgil and Sample hit home runs in the first game. Ozzie at 213. Outside 3-0. And the 3-0 pitch. Strike. Harper on deck. Got it in there. Yankees beat Toronto 4-2. Rigetti over Lamb. Johnson a home run in Toronto. It's foul off to the right. The Red Sox over Baltimore 7-2. Clemens beat Dixon. Evans a homer, Boston. The White Sox beat Seattle 7-6. Allen beat Swift. Bradley a home run, Seattle. Gawley a save. Detroit beat Milwaukee 4-3. We haven't the particulars as yet on that one. 3-2. Hit foul by a third. Afternoon games at the National. The Cubs beat New York 8-6. Fontenot the winner. Orozco the loser. Lopes, Sandberg, Moreland all hit home runs for Chicago. I think they had lost 11 straight at Shea Stadium until that win. And San Francisco beat Houston 2-1. Gureltz beat Knutson. There's a line drive hit right field by Ozzie Virgil. Tankovich had a home run for the Astros today. All the rest of the games under the lights. Three hits off Welsh. Harper's the batter. On deck. Carey had 1 hit and 4 tries last night. Blown away. Looks like he's got a little Scrooge or something working low and away to those right-handed batters. He's fought his way back to the major leagues. Chris Welsh. There you can see Virgil off first with a short lead. And the curveball is in there. Harper, Nixon, to see if anything was on, like a hit and run. 1 ball, 1 strike. They would never send Virgil on a straight steal. He's not moving. The pitch is outside. 2-1, and he looks at him again. Could work something on this count. Two balls and a strike. Nothing on except a double play. 1, 2. Harper hits into a 6-4-3.
David Concepcion is 38 years old, but boy, he really moves around and gets rid of the ball beautifully, and he started that double play very well because he was moving away from the play. He had to go to his right in the hole, and he doesn't waste too much time getting that throw off to Oster, and Oster turned it.
Here's Oberkfell. Outside, I guess. All the way to the screen. Or did he get crossed up?
Well, you wouldn't think that Welsh's arm could take that motion. He really slingshots the ball.
Never seen anyone throw quite that way. 1 ball, 1 strike. He went to high school here in Cincinnati. They've got a lot of these players, 5 of them, go to school here. Not all, but played high school ball. 2-1. Oberkfell with 2 hits last night. One was a double. And the curveball just settles in there. Two. Out to Oster, who throws to Rose, and they change sides. But a run in on a Bob Horner homer. We go to the bottom of the second, 1-0.
Super premium taste, Michelob Light. Oh, yes, you can. Michelob Light. Oh, yes, you can.
Super premium taste and a less filling beer.
Michelob Light. Oh, yes, you can. Have it all.
Who Am I? Brought to you by Speed Stick Super Dry Antiperspirant by Menon. I won 24 games in 1948. I saved 22 games in 1954. I played in 4 World Series. Who am I?
Winning's easy. Give 110%, expect 110%. From yourself, everyone, everything. Speed Stick deodorant gives 110%. That's its edge. Why? It has no alcohol, and alcohol evaporates. Speed Stick protection doesn't evaporate even after 24 hours. Glides on dry in just a few strokes. That's 110% protection.
Speed Stick deodorant, the wide stick.
That's your edge.
By Menon. Who am I? I'm Johnny Sane. I was a 4-time 20-game winner with the Boston Braves.
Braves versus Reds, 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
Concepcion leads it off. That's quite a series last night. A 2-game series, 4 for 7, 3 RBIs. Driven toward right center field. Murphy, Sample. Murphy, one-handed. That ball was hit. Had a little problem out there in right center getting together, but the catch was made.
You'll see at the end of this play, Billy Sample simply ducked. Dale Murphy stop and just reach out with one of his long arms to make the play so they don't run together. Murph makes the call. There's Sample ducking. Good camera work.
Bo Diaz. Done a good job for these guys. Strike call. You can see his numbers. And he has a nice arm. Strike. 0-2. And a strikeout of Diaz on the slow curve. That's 2 strikeouts for Mailer. Last night Diaz was 2 for 3.
The second strikeout on the same pitch. That great slow curve.
The batter, switch hitter, Ron Oster, batting .249. Takes high. One ball and strike. Oster was born and reared in Cincinnati. To first, and Horner's going to handle it. And Mailer has a 1-2-3. And he gets the pitcher leading off. That's what you look for. We go to the third. Braves up by 1.
You stepped up to a 35mm camera because you wanted to get serious about your photography. There, the image is on the film, but will it be on the print? It will if it's Eckerd's Ultralab 35 processing. Ultralab 35 examines each negative for color and contrast. Prints on high-gloss Kodak paper for incredible reproduction, and Ultralab prints are 30% larger. Be sure that the image you shoot is the image you get. Ultralab 35 from Eckerd, when you're serious about 35mm.
You can't use a step ladder to get off the roof, change a light bulb, and neither is good for painting ceilings. So here's Super Step. It's every ladder you'll ever need and more. It's a tough 12.5-foot straight ladder that bends and locks into a 6-foot freestanding step ladder, or an adjustable scaffold, or a workbench, or a pair of sawhorses. You can even paper that tricky stairwell. Each Loctite hinge withstands 10,000 pounds of pressure. Ever see a ladder bend like this? Don't spend $500 for these. One Super Step does it all and folds up for easy storage. It comes with his 10-year limited warranty plus a 3-part payment plan.
Don't send any money. Just call 1-800-257-1234. We'll bill your credit card 3 payments of $37 each, and we won't bill the last payment till you've had a full 30-day home trial. Or if you prefer, send a check for full payment to Super Step, Box 7500 Atlanta. The total price is just $99 plus $12 shipping and handling.
That balloon is going around the world in 80 days. If you look closely, you can see David Niven and Conti Plus. Oh, tomorrow, the sports page with Kevin Christopher, John Perky sitting in for Nick Charles, and their guest will be Nancy Lieberman. That's the sports page. Tomorrow, wrap up the week's sports news at 10 o'clock right here at the Superstation.
Glenn Hubbard leads it off. He has 2 hits and 5 tries in the series and an RBI. One and all. Two and all. Two and one. The outfield playing Hubbard straight away. Just about everybody straight away because he can hit to all fields. And the 2-1 pitch. Toward right center, Parker has a beat on it. And he grabs it for out number 1. That ball was well hit. And now Rick Mailer. Mailer's hitting .220. That's excellent for a pitcher. In fact, sometimes some regulars try to get by on that. Down low. 1-0. Right to the mound. He hit it hard. And Wells throws it softly to first. Now to the top of the order with Billy Sample, who started the game with a single, but then Ramirez hit into a double play. Bill Gullickson won last night here, and his mom and dad were watching down in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Don and Nancy Gullickson. I'm sure they're very proud of their son. It's a whale of a ball game. Also looking in tonight, Dick Jarvis at West Palm Beach, and we hope he's had a good day on his special day. Strike. Old Dick Jarvis takes care of us down there. He's a security guard during spring training. And the 0-1. It's foul. Got another good Scandinavian in the major leagues. Gotta be Knudsen. He was a losing pitcher today for the Astros. They just called him up. Pitched a fine game. It was 2-1 Giants. Tankovitz hit a home run in that game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And there we have the old beach ball. Time has been called. Someone tries to retrieve it. Eric Davis gets the duty. Is he going to squeeze it or give it to the ball boy? The latter.
I thought he'd jump up and dunk it right over the fence. Good enough.
I'd like to see a player and umpire do something different like that. Jocko Conlon one time, when a beach ball came down, just place kicked it. Kicked it right out to the mound.
That's great.
He's the umpire. Everybody roared. Then he picked it up when he got it again and acted like he was a halfback. Line toward left, and Sample is 2 for 2.
And both times, Billy goes way down to get the breaking ball from Welsh and just kind of gouts it over the infield. Both his hits on the same kind of pitch.
Ramirez hit into a double play, first time up. They might put something on right away. Sample runs well. 2 outs. I haven't seen Welsh go over there yet. They're asking for help, and Harry Wendelstadt says no, he did not go. Nixon is going through a lot of signs as Sample leaves. He has 3 stolen bases. That pitch went away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now he comes over. No one was fooled. But that night might not be his good move. Bounce foul, pass third. 1 and 2. Ramirez is 15th in the National League in doubles. He has 16. Hayes leads with 22. Reynolds and Dunston have 19. And Tim Raines 17 doubles. Up the middle, base hit. That one had eyes. Raffy bounced one just out of the reach of everybody. That'll bring on Murphy with 2 on, 2 out. Murphy first time up, slide to right. Kind of a bad swing on a pitch outside. Kind of threw the bat at it. Slide to right. One and 0. Sometimes you make up your mind and you can't do anything about it. And you're kicking yourself back in the dugout. Why did I swing at that pitch? And I'm sure Murphy did that when he got back. Runners at first and second. Good speed out there with Sample and Ramirez. That's off the pitcher's glove. Concepcion to first in time. That'll be a 1-6-3 getting Murphy. Wells deflected it, and Concepcion came up with it. Just in time. We go to the bottom of the third. Atlanta up by 1.
This is the future. The Snapper lawn machine. A triumph in engineering, design, and workmanship. Starting at the drawing board, performance and durability are built into every Snapper. We make it tough with our patented steel deck. Easy with instant electronic ignition, and exclusive with Snapper's original high vacuum cut and cleanup system. The Snapper lawn machine. Built better to stay ahead of its time.
My husband's a sweetheart, but he can't remember a thing. That's why I got him a Casio Databank watch and Casio Data Calculator. What's your phone number, Walter?
5550700.
When's our anniversary?
It's tomorrow.
Very good, Walter.
To remember card numbers, access codes, up to 50 things, get a Casio.
Now Walter can forget about having to remember anything. Almost.
Casio.
Sunday, Superstar Summer continues with Cary Grant and Tony Curtis.
Please assemble the crew. You will instruct them that they're to completely ignore the fact that our passengers are women.
It's a tough assignment.
If anybody ever asks you what you're fighting for, there's your answer.
But they're determined to succeed.
Did you do anything wrong?
What happened, sir? We stunk a truck.
Operation Petticoat, the award theater presentation, 10:35 Eastern, Sunday.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you in part by Budweiser. This Bud's for you.
Welsh fouls a pitch away, leading off the bottom of the third. We talked about Jocko Conlon, the umpire, kicking a ball and tucking it under his arm and clowning around. Broke everybody up. Here's the 0-1. Must have been a few chuckles in Minnesota last night. Dave Righetti, very fine relief pitcher for the Yankees. Pitch is high, 2-1. Dave's dad, Leo Righetti, was a ball player, professional baseball player. Had quite a temper. couldn't control his emotions at times. And over the years, he's always told Dave, control yourself. There's a pretty well hit ball to left. Harper got turned around, but should catch it, and he does. Nice play by Terry Harper. Spun him around out there in left field.
Here's Harper. Watch the end of the play after Terry makes the catch. Now he makes the catch, and as he turns around, well, we can't see it from this angle, but he went like, boy, am I glad that I caught that.
This is Milner. So let's get back to that exciting story. Dave Righetti has always controlled his emotions until last night. I'd like to have been there.
That was in Toronto.
Toronto. Bell hit the grand slam to tie the game, bottom of the ninth. And there's a base hit to left by Milner. So they're going to relieve Righetti in the bottom of the ninth with Brian Fisher. So Righetti gets a new ball from the umpire, and when Fisher is coming in from the bullpen, Righetti throws the new ball over the right field wall. And then today, he just let off a little steam. Today, he's a winning pitcher. It's okay, Dave. Happens to anybody. Once in a while, you got to break a chair. Here's Rose. Pitch is high.
Oh, I read that, and of course, Righetti had given up 6 runs. Toronto came from 8-2 to tie it, and he couldn't have hurt anyone because from back of the right field fence, they just have open football ground in Exhibition Stadium in Toronto. That's a pretty long heave.
Used to be a lot of minor league players do that. I mean, they just got lifted from a ball game, lost their temper, and throw the ball over the home plate backstop. Either that or throw the rosin bag at the hitter or something. But you don't see it much anymore until yesterday. Rose takes high. First time up, he bounced to first. 2-0 on him. Nice quote, baseball chatter on the metrics. If you don't play to win, why keep score? Vernon Law, Pittsburgh Pirates pitcher of years back. 1 out, a runner first. It's 1-0 Atlanta. He is going. Swing a miss, the throw. Safe. Milner with his 8th stolen base.
Milner gets a pretty good jump. Ozzie, not a bad throw, but Milner, pretty good base stealer, and he gets in there. He's 8 out of 11 there. Top base stealer, of course, is Eric Davis, who's stolen 22 out of 25.
Now a 2-1. High chop. Ramirez throws him out. Over to third, Milner. Rose grounds to short. Now Dave Parker. Parker had an infield hit, a gift the first time up. Not this time. Here's a base hit to right along the line. Sample playing to Karam. Parker with a double and a tie game. Dave Parker knocks in his 44th run. We're locked up at 1.
He throws the fastball belt high, and Parker really ripped it. The ball sprang back off the fence past Sample, but it would have been a double anyway. And the Reds have tied it up.
Mailer lifetime is 7-1 against Cincinnati. This year 1-1. And he's in a tie game. Time is called by plate umpire Tom Hallion.
I think in looking at that pitch, Mailer probably wanted to get the ball a little bit further inside, probably try to tie him up inside, and he got it over the plate, and Parker really ripped it.
Last strike, 0-1. Davis with 22 stolen bases is 4th in the league in stolen bases, and he hasn't played that much. Right through Hubbard. A run will score. They'll probably give him a hit, but I thought Hubbard should have handled it. It was hit like a bullet. No, they're going to charge him with an error. They feel the same way. It went right under his glove.
He was right at him. He should have had it, and even though it was hit hard, it is an error. And, of course, when Davis gets a walk or a single, you've heard it before, it's really like a double because you know he's going to try to steal, and usually he's very successful at it.
He's off first with Bell at the plate. The ball that was hit at Hubbard hit the ground just out in front of him a bit. He had his glove ready to scoop it up, but it went right through his leg. Pitch out. No one moving. So the error by Hubbard gives the Reds a lead of 2-1. Another pitch out. 2-0.
Well, a guy like Eric Davis causes so much commotion. Or Vince Coleman, players like that. Buddy Bell said in the paper today, he loves to hit behind Davis. He sees a lot of fastballs.
Not going. Bell grounded out the first time up. Time has been called. I thought they might give Davis a hit on that ball because it was hit so hard, especially after they gave Parker a hit on the play to Ramirez. But I guess the fact that it went right through Hubbard's leg took care of that. 2 balls and no strikes. Davis has been caught only 3 times. He's going, and the ball is going to be looped. Ramirez is going to catch it in short left field. Bell popped to short left. Raffy went back for it. But Cincinnati picks up 2. We've played 3. Down by 1.
Love your work and the change of pay. Who said can't have light beer with super premium taste? Michelob Light. Oh, yes, you can. Michelob Light. Oh, yes, you can.
Super premium taste and a less filling beer.
Michelob Light. Oh, yes, you can. Have it all.
I've always been afraid of 2 things, flying and good cameras. But with this Canon T70, I'm not afraid. This push-button T70 is so easy to use, I can even get the tough shots, like backlit shots. Stop, take action shots, bang! I can even use a zoom, boom!
The Canon T70, so advanced it makes the tough shot simple.
I'm fearless now. Ooh.
Enter the Canon photo contest and win an adventure trip on the Salmon River. Details at Canon dealers.
You've just unchained your new Toyota 4x4. You've turned loose 135 horses of pure turbo power with high running ground clearance and independent front suspension. So when you get it home, maybe you better cage it. Toyota 4x4s, starting at $89.98. The #1 selling compact 4x4 trucks in America. Who could ask for anything more?
We played 3 innings. The Reds 2 runs, 4 extras. The Braves 1 run, 5 hits, and 1 error. One of the runs unearned in the bottom of the 3rd for Cincinnati. We're going to the 4th, and here's John.
Okay, Ernie, the Braves behind once again, 2-1. Bob Horner hit a Welsh pitch right over the plate. It was a breaking ball, but it stayed up a bit and got it over, and Horner just sat on it and whacked it out for his 13th of the year. That was back in the 2nd inning. It'll be Horns and Ozzie Virgil and Rafael Ramirez. Or check that, Terry Harper here in the... That's hit to deep left, and let's see. No, Davis in front of the track makes the catch. 1 away. Cincinnati. The Brave who really has been hot of late is this fella, Ozzie Virgil. His batting average was in the 170s or so. Now look at it, up to 217, 11 homers, 26 RBI. Welsh has that very unusual delivery, kind of slingshots the ball, holds his hand way back. Looks like he puts a lot of strain on his elbow. Count 2-0. And he tries to, against right-handed, with the curveball breaking down and in, and the screwball breaking down and away. Oh, great pickup by Buddy Bell. The Reds people who see him every day say Buddy Bell can play third base with anyone in baseball. And you saw an example of it.
He was heading for left field, and Bell just cut it off. He knew that Virgil was running, had plenty of time to throw him out, and he did. Last pitcher that I can remember that threw in this manner was a lefty, and his name was Bill Kennedy. Used to pitch with the Red Sox a long time ago. Had the same sort of delivery. Very stiff arm.
That's Welsh fastball, but he spotted it high outside, ball 1. Cincinnati leads at 2-1. We're in the top of the 4th, and remember, Houston has already lost. Giants beat them 2-1. Strike. The San Francisco Giants are a half game out. Houston 36-30. The Giants 36-31. Davis makes the catch at it. The 1-2-3 inning for Welsh and the Reds. At the end of 3.5, 2-1 Cincinnati.
It takes know-how and time and more than a little pride to turn an idea into a premium quality product. There's no better example than our premium plug. And now, our new Taylor's Pride Leaf Chewing Tobacco. It's made from hand-selected tobaccos, and the choicest flavorings blended just right. So taste the premium quality in new Taylor's Pride Leaf.
Once guys try the 24-hour protection of Old Spice Solid, they may give up their usual antiperspirant mid-stick.
Your dad, only used twice. Very short strokes.
Fact is, none of these solid antiperspirants help stop wetness as well as Old Spice Solid. These deodorant sprays can't block odor better than Old Spice Stick. So switch now.
Sarge, for you. Hardly used. Kind of like your comb.
Switch to 24-hour Old Spice, antiperspirant or deodorant.
Right now, your body's thirsty for more than water. Gatorade Thirst Quencher quenches the thirst in your throat while it helps put back the potassium, fluids, and minerals your whole body's thirsty.
Gatorade is thirsty for that deep down body thirst.
Sunday, the Martians drop by for a visit. The H.G. Wells Classic, War of the Worlds, 5:05 Eastern on the Superstation, Sunday.
The Reds lead off the bottom of the 4th with their veteran shortstop, Davey Concepcion. Reds making a push to win it this year. They have a lot of age on their starting team. Concepcion is 38. He is playing very good baseball, though, hitting it 264, 2 homers, 22 RBIs. He's also stolen 9 out of 11 bases. He's 38. Buddy Bell, 35. The first basemen are a lot older than that. Ron Oster's about 30 or 31. That's their infield. Dave Parker, 35 in right field. And I think Ernie Bo Diaz must be in his 30s, too. Not sure how old he is.
Yes, Bo is 33.
Reds lead at 2-1, so they're making a push this year, and in the next year or two, they're going to have to start bringing in some younger players. It'll be Concepcion, Diaz, and Oster, 6, 7, and 8. Pete Rose batting order here in the bottom of the fourth. The Reds lead at 2-1. Ken Oberkfell will make the play. 1 away. Tomorrow, a very sad day in the household of our assistant director, Richard Croker. His beautiful, darling, adorable little daughter, Amanda, is going off to camp for the first time. I don't know what Richard or Terry will do, or Mimi, or even me.
Just tell her to watch out for the poison ivy.
And the boys in camp, too. You saw San Francisco winning over Houston 2-1. Scott Garrels won it. The half game out. Diaz listed foul out of play. Well, outside of crying and slobbering over me, Richard, anything else you want to say about Amanda? Little darling. The Cubs beat the Mets 8-6. Mets lead has been reduced to 9.5. That's a joke. There's a strike 0-2. I think Richard ought to buy Amanda a Braves uni myself. If she were my daughter, I know I would do that. I have no say in the matter. I'm just an Uncle John. What do I know? Oh, what a great slow curve by Mason. Hey, if you're Diaz, you'd like to take that bat and just break it in half.
Diaz has seen enough of these curves. He struck out on one last time. This one he chases almost into the dugout and misses it.
Guys don't mind being struck out by people who throw smoke, but when they trick you like that, I mean, guys really mind that. Here's Ron Oster. 2-away, bases empty, bottom of the fourth.
You hear things like, as we look at the American League, that's 2 in a row for the Yankees over Toronto. You hear things like, go back and warm up. Get that junk over.
Roger Clemens won his 13th. He's 13-0. You know, you ask questions of why the Red Sox in first place. That's a good place to start, Roger Clemens. White Sox won their first game for interim manager Doug Rader, and Detroit beat Milwaukee 4-3. That's foul away. I heard a rumor. I wonder, Ernie, if you heard the same rumor that Jim Fregosi can have the job, the White Sox job, if he wants it. He's managing the Redbirds top farm club, Louisville. You heard that rumor?
I heard that rumor, and I can't understand why they would word it that way. If he wants it. I mean, that's why he's managing in the minor leagues, to get back to the major leagues. I would think anybody would want a major league job.
And that's a pretty good one. They've got some talent. They're in a division which is certainly competitive. And in a very big city, great city, Chicago. Well, let's face it, you hear a lot of rumors. Not all of them true in this business. Line down the right field line. It's going to be an extra base hit for Oster. Sample plays it off the right field wall, and Oster has a stand-up double with 2 outs. Now Chris Welsh, who's 1 for 8 as a hitter, and he sent Harper back to the left field wall his first time at bat. Welsh also has no homers, 2 RBIs.
Here we look at the curveball that is lined into the corner and right. Welsh should be the batter. Getting back to Fregosi. The only way a manager in the minor leagues would say, well, he's got the job if he wants it, the only way he would delay on that would be that if he had in his hip pocket possibility of another job with a city that he liked better. Because they've all got lines out, all these general managers, especially the ball clubs that are having problems. And I don't think we've seen the last managerial change this year. There'll probably be 2 or 3 more.
I couldn't agree more. Welsh takes a strike, and of course we don't know the contractual situations. Maybe the White Sox said to Fregosi, well, you can have it for the rest of the year, and then we'll look-see. And maybe Fregosi said, hey, if I'm going to come up there, I want it for a couple of years.
Oh, yeah, he's got to have a multi-year contract.
That's up high, 2-1. Oster at second base with 2 men out. So we're in the bottom of the 4th. It's 2-1 Reds. Shot foul, so the count remains 2-2.
I'm sorry to see La Russa let go. I mean, Tony La Russa's been a good major league manager. He won in '83 in Chicago, and he won more games than he lost. And,
listen, we've talked about
the same way.
We've talked about this so often. You look at managers who won last year who are way behind this year. Whitey Herzog's a prime example. A player. That's fouled off. However, I think the same thing has been said in baseball for the past 70 or 80 years. And they'll keep firing them. 70 or 80 years from now, they'll be firing them the same way.
Sometimes it's not the one-loss record. Sometimes it's a personality contest.
Horner makes the play and feeds Mailer in time. That ends the inning. No runs on a hit. The double wasted by Oster. And at the end of 4, the Reds lead it 2-1.
Roaches, public enemy number 1. They come out at night carrying germs and disease and leave filthy droppings behind them. They scurry all over your kitchen and crawl over food. How do you get rid of them? You've tried smelly spray insecticides, but look, roaches can smell too, so they avoid the sprayed areas and keep coming back. Now there's a solution to roach problems. Roach Kill, the amazing odorless powder with a double your money back guarantee. Write down this toll-free number to order. In scientific tests, the active ingredient in Roach Kill proved 99.5% effective after 1 use. Far superior to spray insecticides. Roach Kill kills and controls roaches better than any aerosol insecticide. Roach Kill is easy to use. Just squeeze the powder from the Roach Kill bottle behind appliances. Roaches can't smell Roach Kill, so they don't avoid it. They walk right through the Roach Kill powder, which clings to their legs, and carry it back to their hidden nests within the walls. There it kills the whole colony. Roach Kill is so incredibly effective, it has a double your money back guarantee. Roach Kill is guaranteed to kill every last roach in your house. If it doesn't, simply return it and we'll send you double your money back. Pick up your phone and call right now. Get extra bottles for garages and basements. Most orders are shipped in 24 hours. Call toll-free 1-800-257-1234 for Visa, MasterCard, or COD orders. That's 1-800-257-1234. Or mail $9.95 plus $3 shipping and handling. Remember, 1-800-257-1234. This offer may end at any time, so order before midnight tonight. 1-800-257-1234.
Subscribe now to Super Sports News, the official magazine of the Atlanta Braves, and your first issue will feature stories on the bomb squad, Omar Marino, and rookie pitcher Paul Ossenbacher. As a new subscriber, you'll also receive a full-color Braves calendar absolutely free. Just send $11.95 for the next 12 issues to Super Sports News, Post Office Box 89162, Atlanta, Georgia, 30312. That's less than $1 an issue, plus a free Braves calendar.
Okay, sounds good to me. Dennis Owen and Warner Long, big Braves fans, are up from Charleston, West Virginia for the weekend to see their Bravos. As is Charlie Aker from Lexington, Kentucky, celebrating a birthday here at Riverfront. They might have 40,000 at Riverfront tonight or something like that. Big crowd. Obie grounded to second his first time. The Braves offense has been a home run by Bob Horner. The Reds lead it 2-1, top of the 5th. Ernie Johnson, John Sterling with you. Pete and Skip will come on over in the bottom half of the inning. That is ripped to right, and it is gone. Home run. Oberkfell hits his 5th home run, his career high for a season in the major leagues, and he's got more than a half year to go. Obie rips one off the wall in back of the fence, and the Braves have tied it at 2. And Ernie, they have really hit the long ball in this series.
Here we take a look at the swing. He got it all, of course, and here's Hubbard, and Oberkfell gets the glad hand.
Obie has really changed. He is handling the inside pitch. I shouldn't say that. He's turning on the inside pitch. And that's why he has 5 homers already. A high water mark. I think he only hit 6 or 7 as his minor league high. Well, the Braves have tied it at 2, and the Braves have hit a peck of home runs in this series. Did he get hit? Did he get out of the way? I guess he got out of the way.
7 homers in the series.
And 7.5, really, because Eric Davis went over the fence to take one away from Murph. That missed him from behind.
Little two-step by Glenn.
That'll be a 2-0 from Welsh. Right through there. Virgil's hit one. Andres Thomas hit 2. Murph's hit 1. Samples hit 1. Horner, and now Obie. Buddy Bell. 1 away. Now Rick Mailer all even again. The Braves have 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and it was an error that led to a run. Since these 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors.
Louis Cardinals are in 5th place in the East, 18 games out of 1st. That is incredible.
Well, they put the Eastern standings up on the board in center field. The last 3 teams, Chicago, St. Louis, and Pittsburgh, are 18 back on the loss side. Cincinnati's in last place in the West, and they are 6 back on the loss side. That's 1 good week. That's hit up the middle, but Concepcion gets there. And Davies still makes the plays 2 away. Concepcion, admittedly, has become rejuvenated playing under Pete Rose, his old Big Red Machine teammate.
They all play a little bit better when they start winning. And they know they've got a chance in the West.
A few years ago, Davey was playing third base and very unhappy about it. They all said he was a little washed up or his legs had gone. His legs haven't gone at all. Well, 2-way, here's Billy Sample, the top of the order. Billy 2 for 2. He's hit 2 low breaking balls for singles tonight. There's a high breaking ball for a strikeout. A strike of the knees on the outside. It'll be a 1-2. In a moment, it'll be a 2-2. Don't step on my 2-2. Oh, Sample gets a payoff pitch with 2 outs. And the base is clear here in the top of the 5th. Eddie Milner in center field. That will do it for the Braves' 5th. Ken Oberkfeld's 5th home run and 24th RBI of the year tie up the ball game at 2. For the Braves, a run on a hit. At the end of 4.5, Atlanta 2, the Reds 2.
Bud Thunder. It's revved up and coming at you.
Puzzled about which airline has the best buy? Numbers are one thing, and Delta saves you up to 70%. A choice of destinations is another, and Delta has over 100. Then there's Delta's fleet of modern, spacious jets. Full service with no added charges, and best of all, personalized service from the Delta pros. Once you bring everything together, flying is no longer a puzzle. That is, if you fly Delta. Delta gets you there.
Hello again, everybody. Pete Van Wieren, Skip Carey with you now. We go to the bottom of the fifth in a 2-2 ball game. The top of the order for the Reds, Ed Milner will lead it off. He's 1 out of 2, a single, stole a base, scored a run in the third. Struck out in the first. Let up is low and away, 1-0. Craig Kelly here at the ballpark tonight, rooting for the Braves. Want to be remembered to their family, watching back in New Orleans. Two balls and a strike. Well, Pete, I was sorry you couldn't join us today.
Yeah, I understand you were giving golf lessons.
Yeah. Up the middle, base hit.
Now, let me get this right. You've been playing the game approximately 18 months, and you were giving lessons.
Well, yeah. To Richard Croker.
Oh, wow.
We figured out the reason he sliced is because he twists the club so he has to. And I started to give some to our producer, Glenn Diamond, but his little hand got a blister, so... Rose was going to bunt, took it high, 1-0. Rose, Parker, and Davis now for the go-ahead run, potentially at first base. Nobody else. Two balls, no strikes. Milner scrambles back. He's already stolen one base tonight. Now 8 of 11 in this department. Flying in the center field. Base hit. Milner's going to try for third. Murphy will not get it. Rose stays at first. A hit-and-run single for Rose, and the Braves are in all sorts of trouble in the fifth.
Pete Rose has so many hitting records that even he doesn't know what to do with them all. Last night, he got his 1,000th career hit here. They tried to present the ball to him in the Cincinnati clubhouse after the game, and he said, I don't want it. He said, I've got so many trophies and so many plaques and so many awards. And he said, I've gotten base hits in a lot of ballparks. It doesn't have any special significance to me to pick up 1,000 hits here.
Here's Dave Parker. He's 2 out of 2, and he's driven in a run. A single and a double. The infield halfway for Atlanta. Naylor off the stretch, of course. Chases Rose back. Muscled up on a fastball, but missed outside, 1-0. 7 hits now for the Reds. In 4+ innings. Naylor's hit ratio to innings pitched is off. That's into deep left center. Murphy will catch it. A run will score easily. Milner can trot home. And the Reds lead 3-2. Runner at first, 1 out, and Eric Davis the batter. Davis has singled and reached on an error. Down the right field line, but hooking foul. That ball was well hit. 0-1. It's 3-2 Cincinnati. 3-7-0 for the Reds. 2-6-1 for the Braves. Some of the scouts before the game, they say the troops in Kansas City are upset already about Bo Jackson and the $1 million a year he is reportedly getting from the Royals. Strike three called for a fastball over the outside corner. Davis was caught looking.
Naylor went right after him, got ahead in the count 0-2 instead of wasting a pitch. Spotted that fastball right in the outside corner. Fourth strikeout.
Buddy Bell is the batter.
I imagine there's a few upset folks down in the Tampa Bay region about Bo Jackson signing with Kansas City, too.
From all we've been able to learn, the football offer was more lucrative than was the baseball. He just must have wanted to play baseball. What did we hear? $7 million over 5 years in Tampa, and only $5 million over 5 years in Kansas City.
I'll just have to carry a lunch every once in a while.
Yeah, take an off season here. Outside the belt. He has bounced to short, popped to short. Sharply hit, but right at Ramirez. He'll go to Hubbard, and that's that. But the Reds reclaim the lead. They get a run on 2 hits, and they leave a batter. At the end of 5, your score, Cincinnati 3, Atlanta 2.
Hello, Wilson. Some party. Some pool, and the water is so sparkling, blue, clear, and mine is so dull. My pool stays beautiful with BioGuard, and no problems. Not with BioGuard. You even get free water analysis. Free? Join the party. Oh, Wilson, bring your pool to BioGuard.
Make your pool a party. BioGuard Pool and Spa Chemicals.
Call 1-800-874-8000.
Spraying for bugs and pests will kill them, but others will probably return. Rodent traps usually work, but you have to dispose of them, and others are almost sure to come back again and again. But there's no need to take such drastic measures to rid your home or office of bugs and pests. Now there's Superbug Away. Superbug Away emits powerful ultrasonic and scientifically proven sound waves which cause pain and discomfort to the nervous system of bugs and pests, forcing them to flee your home for good. Superbug Away is 100% electronic, but its ultrasonic waves cannot be heard by humans or household pets, except hamsters, gerbils, and mice. Say goodbye to deadly sprays, bug bombs, rodent traps, costly exterminator visits, poisonous powders, and roach traps, which can be harmful to your family and pets and to your pocketbook. Think of how much money you can save with Superbug Away. And Superbug Away comes with a money-back guarantee. So order now.
Call toll-free 1-800-257-1234 to save COD charges. Use your credit card or send check or money order for $29.95 plus $3 shipping and handling to Superbug Away, P.O. Box 7500, Atlanta, Georgia. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Only 2 weeks until the best meet the best. The Goodwill Game, July 5th through the 20th on Superstation WTBS.
We go to the 6th. Ramirez, Murphy, and Horner for Atlanta against Chris Welch. Braves losing again. Fastball outside, 1 ball, no strikes. And as if that wasn't bad enough, they've started the wave here. But it sort of petered out. Left center field, Milner will have no trouble with that. 1 out. So Welch gets Ramirez. Here's Dale Murphy 0 for 2. The Braves have hit 7 home runs in this series. The Reds haven't hit any. And the Braves have lost twice and are losing again. Pop foul out of play to the right, 0-1. It's wave time. Fastball outside. It's 1-1.
One problem with hitting 7 home runs, 6 of them have been solo homers. Nobody on base when they've been hit except one.
Not a 2-run shot by Virgil. The Cunninghams are here from Port Orange, Florida, rooting for the Braves. Kenneth Cross from rural Retreat, Virginia, along with Pat Larson of Whiteyville. 3-1 to Murphy. The Hurt family here from Niles, Michigan. Line, center field, base hit Murphy. So Dale is on with 1 out, and he carries a potential tying run, and Horner is the batter. And Ken Kolpitke, a Georgia Tech student, working up here in the Cincinnati area this summer, says hi to friends and family at home. Horner is homered and fly to left. The Braves have lost 4 in a row. After the thrilling win in that first game of the Dodger series, you had the feeling the Braves were going to take off in the other direction after that game, but it hasn't proven out that way. Fly ball deep center. There goes Milner, though. 2 up. You don't get very excited when a ball is hit to center field if you're a Braves fan, because that Milner, oh, he is something.
Well, we've talked a lot about him, and on the bus coming over today, Bob Skinner was talking about him. The Braves coach feels he's the best defensive center fielder in the National League.
Chuck Tanner says he plays it all out there, left center, right center. And Davis and Parker are very good outfielders, too, so they're in good shape. If Davis and Milner hit, the Reds are in business. Ozzie Virgil is the batter. Casey Aaron is here from Clearwater, Florida, and Kathy and Rick Belker from Columbus, Georgia. Renward first, but now 2 out. Virgil looks at a strike, 0-1. We'll start our baseball programming at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Runner going. Pitches a strike. He's in there easily. Murphy stole it on Welch.
4th stolen base of the year in 7 tries for Dale Murphy. Got a huge jump that time. And he has that one stolen before the ball ever got there.
He's really lucky he didn't get hurt. He slid a little late there and really banged into the bag with the front foot. Dale edges away at second. Now a base hit means a run. 1-2 to Virgil. Ozzie has singled and bounced to third. Herb drifts inside, 2-2. Murphy carries the tying run at second base, but there are 2 out. Now Now Tom Hellion and Ozzie Virgil talk it over. Ozzie's confused about the count. I think on the pitch where Murphy ran, he wasn't aware it had been called a strike.
Count is 2-2. That's what the scoreboard has. Ozzie, I think, was not sure about that pitch.
I don't think he's arguing. I think he just wants to make sure. The 2-2. High with a breaking ball. Terry Harper is on deck. There are 2 out in the inning. Right back, well, over the pitcher's head. Oster fields. And does not get him. Murphy's going to try, and he's going to score. Rose couldn't come up with a low throw. Let's see how they score that.
They're going to score on a base hit, and I'm wondering if they will add to that an error, allowing Murphy to come home from third. Murph never stopped running. As soon as he saw that ball get away from Pete Rose, he took off and scored easily. The ball bounced about, 30, 40 feet away from Rose. It is a single, and the error is on the throw or on Rose, Skip?
I'm guessing because they don't have it up on the board, but I would guess it's on Oster.
It is on Oster.
So no RBI, but it is a hit for Virgil, and the game is tied. And Ozzie is at first with 2 out. That run may have scored because of the artificial surface. The ball rolled away much more quickly than it would have on natural turf. After 2.5, the Pirates hammering Montreal tonight, 4-0. After 4, the Phillies lead the Cards 4-2. Dodgers at home to San Diego later. Look out. Line over the head of Russ Nixon. May have broken his bat in the process. You've seen more of that now in the last 4 or 5 years. There's a ball that was hit very hard, but still the bat breaks. Explain that, oh great professor.
I think the bat companies admit that the wood is just not as good.
Why?
Now that I don't know. They used up all the good wood 20 years ago, I guess.
Oh, maybe that's why Pete Rose uses a Japanese bat, all the good wood.
Could be.
2 balls and a strike. Richard says it's because they don't make trees like they used to. Oster, that'll be easy. He takes it himself, and the inning is over.
Richard should know.
He's hit all of them. Braves get a run, and they do it on 2 hits. The run was unearned. There was an error, and 1 man was left. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. You see the score. It's tied.
It'll work on your dandruff. Yeah, but I'm afraid it won't leave my hair the way I like it. Hey, this is great stuff.
Today's Head & Shoulders.
It's all I use. Okay.
Tough dandruff protection that works only on your scalp, not your hair. Gentle conditioners go there.
Tough on dandruff, right? But great on hair.
Today's Head & Shoulders. Dandruff care that's good for your hair.
Delta flies to the heart of Europe. London.
Why, hello, Delta.
Paris.
Bonjour, Delta.
Frankfurt, Munich, and Stuttgart.
Guten Tag, Delta.
And Shannon, Ireland.
100,000 welcomes, Delta.
6 gateways to all of the heritage, tradition, and pride of Europe. All as close as a Delta jet. Europe. Delta gets you there.
There's a tree with the wood so wild it burns with flavor. Wild mesquite. Captured by Kingsford. Kingsford with mesquite. Burning with the most tried and true cooking fire in all outdoors. Chopped through with the sweet smoking wood of wild mesquite. Kingsford with mesquite. Burning with flavor. great charcoals.
Coming up on CNN Sports tonight at 11:30 Eastern Time, Gary Miller and Tom Kirkland will be along with details of Bo Jackson signing a baseball contract. He signed today with the Kansas City Royals. Also, complete highlights of all of today's baseball and other sports action on Sports Tonight, 11:30 Eastern Time on CNN.
Meanwhile, on WTBS after the game tonight, Portrait of America looks at Southern California for sure, with host Al Holbrook. Groovy, dynamite, heavy number. Laid back. And Naylor deals to Concepcion. A little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Braves have out hit him 8-7, but we're tied at 3. That let-up curveball is in there. It's even now, 1-1. John Denny and Craig McMurtry tomorrow. And prior to the game on our pregame show, we'll visit with umpire Harry Wendelstedt. Ramirez guns down Concepcion, 1 away. There's Harry. We'll talk a little bit about his umpiring school down in Ormond Beach and just, in general, the life of an umpire, what kind of profession it is now as compared to when he broke in many years ago. So we invite you to be with us for that. I'll probably ask the wrong question. He'll throw me out, and I'll head on for Los Angeles. Bo Diaz has struck out twice. That makes him doubly dangerous here. He's from Cuba, Venezuela. Lives in Caracas. Fast strike, 1-1. Pete Van Wieren, Skip Carey with you from Riverfront in Cincinnati. Fastball is through there, 1-2. High shot, Hubbard to his left, has it. 2 down. 2 out in a hurry here in the bottom of the 6th, and Ron Oster the batter. Oster has bounced to first, and he has doubled. Oberkfell and Horner have Atlanta homers. He's joined us late. Rick's fastball is low and away. Horner. Hope he's all right. He is. The inning is over. The ball was sharply hit by Oster. 1, 2, 3. The Reds go quickly in the 6th. We go to the...
This bud's for all that you do.
Carlos, I need 100 of these by Friday.
My friend, I'm retired. My son is running the business now.
Oh. Let's see, what do you have? Well, I want the...
You know just where you're going. Now is your time for growing. It's your turn to deal now. You're at the wheel now. It's true, your pride is showing, cause you make America work, and this bus for you. For everything you do, America calls on guys like you, cause you make America work, and this bus for you.
Here's to you, Beechwood Age, for that clean, crisp taste that makes Budweiser the king of beers.
You make America work, and this bus for you.
Superstation Profile, Rick Mailer, pitcher for America's team, the Atlanta Braves.
To be a consistent pitcher, a pitcher that helps keep his team in the game. My goal is to keep the team in the game and give the team a chance to win.
This team is your team, America's team, the Atlanta Braves. Braves versus Reds, 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
we go to the 7th inning here, and Ken Oberkfell will lead it off. Last time up, here's what happened. Sort of a flat breaking ball, and he whacked it right out of here. Now Dave Parker tries to cop a plea. I caught that. Harry Wendell said, take a hike. Swung at the first pitch again, fouled it off, 0-1.
Odd, in Ken Oberkfell's career, he's only hit 3 home runs off left-handed pitching, and 2 of them have been against Chris Welsh. The other one against Dan Schatzert earlier this year.
3-3 our score in the 7th. A ball and a strike to count. Welch again into the motion. Curveball just missed outside. It's 2-1. Two balls, 2 strikes to count. Glenn Hubbard waits on deck. That just missed. Welch really wanted it. It's 3-2. Welch and Dick Williams did not see eye to eye in San Diego, as I understand the story. Welch was pitching one day, first for 3-2 Oberkfell. Check swing, pop foul out of play. Renner was on first base, and he threw over several times to first base. And Williams sent Norm Sherry out and said, don't worry about the guy at first, just go after the hitter. Don't throw over there anymore. After which Welch threw over 6 or 7 more times and was sold immediately to Montreal. The payoff to Oberkfell. Bounce foul past first. Willie Stargell makes the play. He's still a popular figure wherever the Braves go. And he should be. He's a terrific fellow. Another 3-2 will be forthcoming to Ken Oberkfell. Bounce foul again. Oberkfell out of the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Swung, ground ball to second. Oster has it. So Oberkfell is Osterized, and there's one away in the 7th. Glenn Hubbard stands in. Top was lined to right and bounced to third. Naylor moves on deck. Neither bullpen has been up all night tonight. We do a radio show with Chuck Tanner, by the way, before every game on the Braves radio network, and we did ask him, of course, about letting his pitchers in that second game hit for themselves. Bell will throw out Hubbard. And his point was the Braves have one more off day until the All-Star game, and he's just very fearful of burning his bullpen out.
It's really kind of important that right now some of the Braves starting pitchers give Chuck 7 or 8 innings, not just 5 or 6, but get him into the late innings of a ball game to give some of those guys out there a little rest.
Naylor takes down an end, 1 ball, no strikes. You don't realize how much having one guy missing from the Braves have gone with 6 guys in the bullpen. Now it's only 5 because McMurtry for a time is in the starting rotation, and it really handcuffs the manager. Unless you get 3 complete games a week, then it's no problem. Concepcion should throw out Naylor. He does, and the inning is over. No hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Still tied, 3-3.
You can scrub every floor, every counter, every cupboard, and still have bugs. You need America's #1 choice in pest control, the Orkin Army. We'll clean out your bugs with proven chemicals like our famous RD98. So effective, we give you our new money-back guarantee. It's another reason people choose one company far more than any other.
Orkin.
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 Call the Orkin Army, #1 against pests.
You stepped up to a 35mm camera because you wanted to get serious about your photography. There, the image is on the film, but will it be on the print? It will if it's Eckerd's Ultralab 35 processing. Ultralab 35 examines each negative for color and contrast. Prints on high-gloss Kodak paper for incredible reproduction, and Ultralab prints are 30% larger. Be sure that the image you shoot is the image you get. Ultralab 35 from Eckerd, when you're serious about 35mm.
Now, you too can get VIP treatment and big savings just by carrying the Players Club Go Card. You'll save money on rooms, on top-name entertainment, on food and beverages. And you'll never have to wait in long registration and show lines again. Look, you can stay at some of the finest resorts in the world's most exciting vacation cities. Hey, no strings attached to get the club's benefits. You listen to Telly? Call Players Club today.
Sunday, the Martians drop by for a visit. The H.G. Wells Classic, War of the Worlds, 5:05 Eastern on the Superstation, Sunday.
We go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. It's a 3-3 ball game. Braves with 8 hits, Reds with 7. Chris Welsh is due to lead off the bottom half of the 7th inning here. It will be Welch, Milner, and Rose against Rick Mailer. And standing in with the play-by-play story, here once again, Pete Van Wieren.
Thank you, Skip. Welsh, a good hitting pitcher. He had a 208 lifetime batting average coming into this year. He's 0 for 2 in this game, but his first time up, he sent Terry Harper all the way to the wall in left field. He has also grounded out to first. Rick Mailer's first pitch to him is high and outside, ball 1. I can't get over how much he looks like Fred Lynn in the batter's box. Same exact batting stance, even a little facial resemblance there to the Orioles star. Next pitch is low, and the count 2-0. We're tied at 3, bottom of the 7th. And Mailer's 2-0 pitch. Got the fastball by him, 2-1. The 2-1 delivery way high, 3-1. Mailer's control has been good tonight. He hasn't walked anyone. But he's behind in the count here, and the 3-1 pitch is called a strike at the knees. Welsh thought it was ball 4. Full count, 3-2. And the payoff pitch on the way, and the fastball is fouled away. It stays 3-2 on Chris Welsh. Bouncing ball toward Hubbard. And there's out number 1 in the 7th. Now to the top of the order, Eddie Milner, who has struck out and singled twice.
Do you believe anyone would be dumb enough to listen to me telling them about golf?
Well, it depends on who the client is.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Pitch to Milner is high and away, ball 1.
I felt so good today. I really hit the ball well, right down the middle almost every time.
That was on the driving range.
Yeah. So I'm telling that to John Sterling. He said, well, anybody can do that on driving range, no pressure. I said, thanks, John. What a pal.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's a strike. Breaking ball caught the inside corner, 1-1. And the 1-1 on the way. Curve is low and inside, 2-1. the 2-1 delivery. Didn't get the breaking ball. 2-2.
I think our buddy Joe Rulon out at Snapfinger's probably been having a little trouble with his game. I'll go help straighten him. He just fell off the couch. He's seen me swing.
2-2, the count on Eddie Milner. And the 2-2 pitch is outside. The count full on Milner. One man out here in the bottom half of the seventh. The 3-3 ball game. There's the payoff. Line foul down the right side, up into the seats. We'll do it again. Pete Rose, talking about his ball club in the newspaper this morning, feels the Reds have a definite schedule advantage the rest of the way. Their early part of the season was really heavy with road games. There's the 3-2 pitch, ground ball toward short. Rafael Ramirez will throw him out. 2 down. And combined with the fact that the Reds didn't play, now they're starting to play well. Now they're going to have a lot of home games. And Rose feels that will get Cincinnati right back into the race. Right now, the Reds have played 36 road games. This is their 29th home game. And they've been home for a week, so the discrepancy was much larger about a week ago. Rose tonight, 1 for 3. He's grounded out twice in singles. 0-1, the count. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two men out, bases empty in a 3-3 game, and the 1-1 pitch to Rose. Fastball outside corner, 1-2. And here's the 1-2 on the way. The curve is hit foul off to the right. Rick Mailer seeking his 8th win of the season and his 8th lifetime victory against Cincinnati. The Reds have only beaten them once. That was earlier this year. Here's the 1-2 to Pete Rose. Just missed outside. 2-2. The 2-2 to Rose. The changeup dribbled down that third base side. It kicks foul. And it stays 2-2. This division is so tight, with Houston losing today. If the Cincinnati Reds win this game, there'll only be a 6.5 game difference from first to last place in the division. And if the Braves win, the Braves will still be a game under 500, but they'd be 3.5. Again, the 2-2 pitch to Pete Rose. And the count full on him, 3-2. So all 3 hitters this inning, Mailer has worked the count full. Now the payoff pitch on the way to Rose. Line drive into right center field. That's a base hit, maybe more than one. Murphy over quickly. Rose going to try for 2 as the ball gets away out there. Rose in easily at second. It'll be a double. For Pete Rose, his 5th double of the year.
It was a fastball, and he pulled it into right center. Murph is having all sorts of trouble in the outfield. The ball got under his glove. They scored a double because Rose had never hesitated. He was going to try to make second.
So Rose at second with 2 men out. Dave Parker, the batter, he won't be pitched to. They're going to walk him here. this will be the first walk issued by Rick Mailer. With 5 doubles this year, Pete Rose now has 743 doubles in his career. That is second on the all-time list to Tris Speaker, who has 793. That's one record that Pete Rose may not get. He's 50 doubles away from the all-time double lead. Eric Davis has singled, reached on an error, and struck out. Runners lead from first and second. And the first pitch is high, ball one. Correction, they call that a strike. 0-1 to count. 2 men out. Mailer's 0-1 delivery. That missed. Now it's 1-1. Braves got a run in the second, 1 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth. Cincinnati picked up 2 in the third, 1 in the fifth. Each team has scored 1 unearned run. Here's the 1-1 to Davis, low and away, 2-1. Bullpen activity beginning for Atlanta. Gene Garber heads down to begin throwing. Identical totals, 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for each team. The slow curve floated over at the letters. They count 2-2. Chuck Tanner would like to see Mailer get out of this jam, as the Braves trying to get things turned around. They've lost 4 straight. Here's the 2-2. The slow curve missed. Once again, the count full.
Tanner, by the way, told us before the game that his sources tell him that Jim Fregosi has the White Sox job if he wants it, and I guess would be in that market who would want it.
That was the rumor way back early in the season when La Russa was first in trouble. Now the runners go on the 3-2, and it's hit down the first base side. It just does go foul. For a moment there, it looked like it might stay fair. And we'll do it again. The runners return. Rose back to second. Parker back to first. The runners will be taking off again on this 3-2 pitch. There they go, and the 3-2 is high, ball 4. They're loaded for Buddy Bell. Walk number 2 issued by Rick Mailer. Buddy Bell in this game is hitless. He has grounded out to short, popped to short, and hit into a 6-4 force play. But he's had a hot bat for Cincinnati, batting over 300 the last couple of weeks. Mailer gets the windup back with the bases loaded. Big hitter in the game here for Rick Mailer. Fastball for a strike, 0-1. Now the 0-1 delivery, missing outside. A ball and a strike on Buddy Bell. Davis at first, Parker at second, Rose at third, 2 men out, 3-3 game, bottom half of the 7th inning. And the 1-1 pitch to Bell. Missed inside, 2-1. That will bring up that number again that's almost unbelievable. In his entire major league career, Rick Mahler has never issued a bases-loaded walk. The only pitcher with as many innings as he has in the major leagues who can say that, but he's behind here, 2-1 on Buddy Bell. And here's the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball. He's going to get out of it. Rafael Ramirez will go to second. It's close, but in time. And Mahler pitches out of a big jam here in the 7th inning. The Reds strand 3. The score remains tied at 3. And now the Micatin Feed of the Week.
The Feed of the Week brought to you by Micatin, Cure for Athlete's Foot. Tuesday night in Atlanta, the Atlanta Braves, fresh off an extra inning win over the Cincinnati Reds, comes through again. In the 10th inning, after Ken Oberfeld grounded a single to right to score Claudel Washington to tie the score at 3-3. Now with Dale Murphy still on base after drawing a walk, up comes Rafael Ramirez, who hits a shot to right field that Mike Marshall missed on a shoestring catch attempt. That hit scores Dale Murphy to defeat the L.A. Dodgers 4-3, and the best record thus far for extra inning games.
This is where it begins. Anywhere there's moisture, there's the chance of catching athlete's foot. This is where it ends. Micatin. Only Micatin cures athlete's foot with miconazole, a medically proven ingredient that eliminates athlete's foot. This is where athlete's foot begins. This is where it ends. Micatin, the end of athlete's foot.
Monday, Superstar Summer continues with Brian Keith and Ricardo Montalban as a Seminole boy tries to survive in a white man's world. Joe Panther, 8 p.m. Eastern on the Superstation Monday.
Time for a look at your Red Man scoreboard. Lopes, Sandberg, and Moreland all homered for the Cubbies. Scott Garrelt's got the win for San Francisco. That game played under protest by Houston. Rick Rhoden has the shutout working for the Pirates. St. Louis now hammering Philadelphia. Steve Carlson having trouble once again. San Diego and Los Angeles later on. Dave Righetti in relief got the win for the Yankees, a 10-inning game. Roger Clemens is now 13-0. Neil Allen picked up the win for the White Sox. Detroit got a run in the 9th to win their game. Both California and Kansas City a 3-run first. Now you see the rest, and there's your Red Man scoreboard.
Here we are tied 3-3 going to the top half of the 8th inning. Ted Power begins to loosen up in the Cincinnati bullpen. The Braves have the top of the order coming up here. Sample, Ramirez, and Murphy against Chris Welsh. 2 singles and a fly ball to center. A ball and no strikes. Now the 1-0 pitch, and the curve caught the outside corner. 1-1. Chris Welsh may be finding himself a spot in the major leagues after drifting around several ball clubs. With San Diego for 2.5 years, Montreal for a half season, Texas for part of last year. But he's pitched very well as a starter for the Reds since his call-up from Denver. Left-handed starting pitching, tough to find. The count 3-1 now on Billy Sample. And the 3-1 delivery. He walked him. That is the first walk issued by Chris Welsh. And Rafael Ramirez's job will probably be to bunt him over to second.
Except that takes the bat maybe out of Murphy's hands. They maybe walk him and pitch to Horner, so I don't know. That would be the percentage play, though.
Braves could play a little hit and run here, too. We'll see what Chuck Tanner has Ramirez doing. He is squaring. The bunt is down the first base side. It'll be fielded by Rose. Oster covers, and down to second goes Billy Sample on the 3-4 sacrifice from Ramirez. Well, now we'll see what Pete Rose decides here. Dale Murphy, the batter, with first base open. Murph's been swinging the bat a little better the last 2 ball games. Tonight he's flied to right, grounded out, and singled. He had 1 home run in last night's second game and should have had a second, except for a great catch by Eric Davis. So the decision will be whether to pitch to Murphy.
Looks like a double switch coming up. Max Venable is now in the bullpen with Ted Power. I don't know if it's going to come right now, but you see Max.
Dave Concepcion went to the mound. That was to stall for time, to give Power a little more time to get ready. They are going to walk Murphy. And then my guess would be you're going to see Ted Power come into the game to pitch to Bob Horner. This will be the second walk issued by Welsh in the inning and in the game. And the Braves will have runners at first and second with 1 man out. Horner coming to the plate. And as ball 4 comes to Dale Murphy, let's see. Here comes Pete Rose heading toward home plate umpire Tom Hallion. He's going to make a couple of changes here. So Chris Welsh will be lifted after working 7 1/3 good innings. He has allowed 8 hits, 3 runs to this point, 2 of them earned. The runners at first and second belong to him. He walked 2. And he did not record a strikeout. So Ted Power comes into the game to pitch. And the hand is for Chris Welsh, who has gotten the Reds into the 8th inning, still tied 3-3. It'll be Ted Power facing Bob Horner with runners first and second and 1 man out right after these words.
Hi, I'm Dale Murphy. I want to tell you about 2 exciting ways to identify with your Atlanta Braves. The Braves Clubhouse Collection Catalog and the Braves Clubhouse Store. With the Braves Clubhouse Collection Catalog, you can order T-shirts and sports shirts in many different styles. You can purchase official jerseys, jackets, and caps, as well as replica apparel. We also offer bats, balls, pennants, and a big selection of gift and novelty items. To order your catalog today, send your name, address, and $1 to Braves Catalog, P.O. Box 4006, Atlanta, Georgia, 30302. You'll receive a coupon worth $1 towards your first purchase. And in Atlanta, you can shop in person for Braves apparel, novelties, and tickets at the Braves Clubhouse store located in the Omni International. From the youngest fan to the adult, men and women, we have what you want in the Braves Clubhouse collection. And you know it's official because you've purchased directly from the Atlanta Braves.
And we do get a second change. Max Venable checks into the lineup in left field. He'll bat in the number 9 spot in the batting order. The new pitcher, Ted Davis's spot. Power making his 27th appearance of the season. He's finally starting to get it going a little bit. A record of 3-4. He picked up his first save of the season in Atlanta last week. He had 27 saves last year. He had a horrible spring training and got off to a very slow start. And really the top men in the bullpen for Cincinnati so far this year have been Ron Robinson and John Franco. Power's been kind of a third man out there. But he's been pitching better of late. And he comes in a tough spot here. First and second, 1 man out. 3-3 game, and Horner the hitter. He is homered, flying to left and flying to center. Right-hander Carl Willis throwing now in the Cincinnati bullpen. The first pitch to Horner is a fastball high. Horner only 2 for 12 lifetime against Ted Power. There's Carl Willis. Just called up from Denver when Mario Soto went on the disabled list. Here's the 1-0. Didn't get the fastball. 1-1. Ozzie Virgil, the on-deck hitter, 5 for 11 lifetime against Power. What Power would like to get right here is a ground ball from Bob Horner. Horner not running well at all right now because of that mild hamstring problem. Here's the 1-1. It's high, 2-1. Hitters who faced Ted Power in spring training and early in the season said that the problem with Ted early this year was obvious. His ball just was not moving at all. Fastball wasn't moving at all. It was just going in there straight. The slider was breaking just a very little bit. The count 3-1 now on Horner. One more bad one, they'd be loaded for Ozzie Virgil. But that was early in the year. Lately, Power's pitched better, so obviously some movement back in his pitches. Here's the 3-1 delivery, and Horner fouls it right back up here. And Richard Croker will retrieve our souvenir for us. That's the first
he'll
ball.
autograph it.
That's the first ball Richard's found in 3 months. The count full, 3-2. The runners again lead. Murphy off first, Sample off second. And the runners go on the 3-2. It's fouled back again. We are tied 3-3, top half of the 8th inning. Braves with a chance to grab the lead here. A full count, 3-2 on Horner. Runners again moving. 3-2 pitch. Pop foul down that right side. Dave Parker gives it a chase. Runs out of room. It's up into the seats. Horner now with 44 RBIs on the year. It is 13th home run in the second inning of this game. The major league leader is Wally Joyner of California with 19. Jose Canseco of Oakland has hit his 18th. Tonight against Texas, Oakland leads that game now 1-0 in the second. A couple of pretty good youngsters over in the American League. Again, the runners go, and the 3-2 hit foul again off to the right. Power's been giving Horner fastballs down and away, trying to give him a pitch he can't pull. Again, the runners take off, and the 3-2 is low, and they'll be loaded for Ozzie Virgil. So after going 7 innings without issuing a walk, Cincinnati pitching has issued 3 walks here in the 8th inning. One of them intentional. And they've loaded the bases for Ozzie Virgil, who has 2 singles and a ground out in 3 at-bats tonight. His batting average has been steadily climbing for the last 3 or 4 weeks. third, double play depth at second and short. They'll come home if the ball's hit to Rose or Bell. If it's hit to second or short, they'll try to turn two around the bag at second. Ball one to Ozzie Virgil. Scott Breeden out now to try to settle down Ted Power. In Ozzie Virgil's career, he has hit one Grand Slam home run. He hit it off Gary Lavelle when Lavelle was a member of the San Francisco Giants. That was back in September of '83. We have time called now. We're going to get a pinch runner sent in, probably for Bob Horner at first, who's playing on that bad hamstring. Claudell Washington putting a helmet on down there. And he will go over to first now to run for Bob Horner. So it's now Washington at first, Murphy at second, Sample at third, one man out, 3-3 game in the top of the eighth. And a count of 1 ball, no strikes on Ozzie Virgil. Power deals. Bouncing ball up the middle. It's through into center field. Base hit. Sample scores. Murph rounds third. He comes home. And the Braves have broken the tie. It's 5-3. Stopping down at second, Claudell Washington. Ozzie Virgil driving in his 27th and 28th runs of the year. He has his third hit of the game.
A foot the other way. It's a double play. Oster lunges but can't quite get there. And Virgil continues his assault. No reason to stop now. Chris Chambliss is going to come out and pinch hit for Terry Harper.
So you can close the book now on Chris Welsh. Charge him with 5 runs, 4 of them earned. And still only 1 out in the inning. Chambliss will bat for Harper. Ozzie Virgil now has 7 hits in his last 11 at-bats.
And now Chambliss will stay in the game and play first base, and Washington will stay in the game and take Harper's place in the outfield.
Chris on the season batting an even .400. With a homer and 5 RBIs, he's 10 for 28 as a pinch hitter. And he takes low, ball 1. Pretty good numbers against Ted Power right there. 3 home runs and 12 at-bats for Chris Chambliss. 2-0 the count. Ted Power's problems have returned in this one. .5-3 Atlanta. The Braves now with 9 hits in the game. Chambliss awaits the 2-0 pitch. Fly ball down that right side, hooking toward the stands. Parker gives it a look, but this one will be up about 4 or 5 rows. And the count on Chris, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That evens the count 2-2. So the Braves in a very peculiar position now. If they can hang on and win this game, they will have won just 1 out of 3 against the Cincinnati Reds, and they will have gained a half game on Houston in the division race. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Line drive center field. That's in for a base hit. Washington gets the green light around third. Milner has trouble with the ball in center field. Claudell scores with no throw. Ozzie Virgil moves around to third, and that makes it 6-3 for Chris Chambliss, his 6th RBI of the year.
Fastball tailing away, and he really ripped it. Milner sort of in between hops here, couldn't come up cleanly. I don't think an error will be charged, but that's going to be all for Ted Power, who didn't have it here tonight.
They are charging an error to Eddie Milner, allowing Ozzie Virgil to move over to third. That's the second error of the game. Charged to the Cincinnati Reds, and the Braves have broken it open here with 3 runs so far. Still runners at first and third with still only 1 man out. And the new pitcher will be right-hander Carl Willis, making his first appearance since being called up from Denver. He'll be facing Ken Oberkfell right after this.
You've just unchained your new Toyota 4x4. You've turned loose 135 horses of pure turbo power with high-running ground clearance and independent front suspension. So when you get it home, maybe you better cage it. Toyota 4x4s, starting at $89.98. Are the #1 selling compact 4x4 trucks in America. Who could ask for anything more?
Puzzled about which airline has the best buy? Numbers are one thing, and Delta saves you up to 70%. A choice of destinations is another, and Delta has over 100. Then there's Delta's fleet of modern, spacious jets. Full service with no added charges, and best of all, personalized service from the Delta pros. Once you bring everything together, flying is no longer a puzzle. That is, if you fly Delta. Delta gets you there.
The new Cincinnati pitcher, right-hander Carl Willis. Those numbers were achieved at Denver, the AAA affiliate of Cincinnati. Willis, originally in the Detroit Tigers organization, came over to Cincinnati in a trade in 1984 for left-hander Bill Shearer. He's out of the University of North Carolina at Wilmington. Still makes his off-season home in Wilmington, North Carolina. Pitched briefly with the Reds in 84 and again in 85. Oberkfell fouls the first pitch, third base side. Buddy Bell over that way, but it's out of play. Oberkfell tonight is grounded out to second, homered, and grounded out to second again. 6 runs, 10 hits now for Atlanta. The runners are at first and third with 1 man out. And the 0-1 delivery is high, 1-1. There's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, missed low and inside. 2-1. Ozzie Virgil, the latest Braves hero at third base. Chris Chavlis, who followed with a pinch hit run scoring single, is at first. 1 man out. Here's the 2-1. Fly ball down that right field line. Fair or foul? It is a foul ball. Oberkfell had home run distance on that one. Oberkfell had never hit more than 3 home runs in a single season in the major leagues. He just missed hitting his 6th of the year. The count 2-2. That ball was only fouled by 10 feet or so. Now the 2-2 on the way. Upstairs, full count. First, Chambliss. See if he goes in this 3-2 pitch. He is running, and the 3-2 is fouled away. Oberkfell, the 7th man to bat in the inning. There have been 3 walks, a sacrifice bunt, 2 singles. Again, the 3-2, and the bases are loaded again. That is the fourth walk of the inning. So Glenn Hubbard has a chance here with the bases full. Hubbard tonight has flied to right and twice grounded out to third. Dude, he's done career-wise Grand Slam homers. He's hit 2 of them. Last one back in June of '83 against former teammate Frank LaCourte. Willis delivers, and Hubbard takes it low. Pitch. Fly ball deep center field. Back goes Milner. Still going back. He'll make the catch on the warning track. Tagging at third and racing home is Ozzie Virgil. Heading over toward third and just getting in ahead of the throw is Chris Chambliss. So give Glenn Hubbard his 23rd RBI of the year. It's out number 2 of the inning, and it's now a 7-3 Atlanta lead.
If he could have pulled this ball a little bit, he'd have had it out of here. He chased Milner a long way. That play is very shallow. And that gave Chambliss time to race back to the bag tag and come on over, and the Braves are in great shape at the moment.
4 runs have scored here in the top half of the 8th. Rick Mailer is the 9th man to bat in the inning. He has grounded out 3 times. The runners are now at first and third. And Willis deals low ball 1.
Just another of your routine 2-hit, 4-run innings.
Been a strange one. There hasn't been an official at-bat for an out in the inning. Both of the outs came on sacrifices. One a bunt, one a sac fly. 4 walks and 2 singles. 2-0 the count. 2 of the runs in the inning charged to Welsh. 2 of them charged to Power. Here's the 2-0 pitch, 2-1. Now the 2-1 on the way. Fly ball down the right side. Up into that same section. They've had a few foul balls hit in that general area tonight. The count 2-2. Astros lost their game today to the Giants, so the Braves, if they can hang on here, would move back to within 3.5 of the division lead. Full count 3-2 on Rick Mailer. The runner at first will be going with this 3-2 offering. There goes Oberkfell. The pitch is hit toward second on 1 hop to Oster. And that ends it for Atlanta in the 8th. But the Braves bat around and score 4 big runs. We go to the bottom half of the 8th. It's Atlanta 7, Cincinnati 3.
Budweiser salutes all the men and women in uniform who proudly serve this great country.
Hi, I'm Dale Murphy. I want to tell you about 2 exciting ways to identify with your Atlanta Braves. The Braves Clubhouse Collection Catalog and the Braves Clubhouse Store. With the Braves Clubhouse Collection Catalog, you can order T-shirts and sport shirts in many different styles. You can purchase official jerseys, jackets, and caps, as well as replica apparel. We also offer bats, balls, pennants, and a big selection of gift and novelty items. To order your catalog today, send your name, address, and $1 to Braves coupon worth $1 towards your first purchase. Braves apparel, novelties, and tickets at the Braves Clubhouse Store located in the Omni International. From the youngest fan to the adult, men and women, we have what you want in the Braves Clubhouse collection. And you know it's official because you've purchased directly from the Atlanta Braves.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you in part by Budweiser. This Bud's for you.
Bottom half of the 8th inning, and the Braves have made several defensive changes. Omar Moreno's checked into the game. He'll play left field, batting the leadoff spot. Claudel Washington stays in right field. He's hitting in the number 4 spot. Chris Chambliss stays in at first base. He'll be batting 6th in the order. And Gene Garber and Paul Ossenmacher up in the Atlanta bullpen. As we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning, the Braves up now by 4 at 7-3. And Concepcion, Diaz, and Oster due up against Rick Mailer. Concepcion is 0 for 3. He's flying to center, grounded out to third, and grounded out to short. And won the count. Line into left field. That's a base hit for Concepcion. Rolling to the wall. He'll head for second. Here comes Moreno's throw. And it's a double for Dave Concepcion. That's hit number 9 allowed by Rick Mailer, the 8th double of the year for Davey.
Hung a curveball above the belt. Mailer really disgusted with himself as soon as he threw it. For Concepcion, his 8th double of the year.
Bo Diaz has struck out twice and grounded out to second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. He takes a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 delivery misses, a ball and a strike. (7-3) Atlanta, 8th inning. Nobody out. Concepcion at second. A 1-1 pitch on the way to Diaz. Line toward right. Claudel is there. He's got it. Concepcion tagging, heading toward third. The throw over by Ramirez won't be in time. The ball rolls away. In fact, from Oberkfell. Concepcion took a little bit of a chance there. He didn't make up his mind until very late that he was going to try to get over to third.
Right after he did that, Claudel threw the ball.
So the runner is at third now with 1 out. Ron Oster, the batter. He is grounded out to first twice. And he is doubled. A ball and no strikes to count. Infield is back. They'll let the run score if they can get Oster out on a ground ball. The on-deck hitter, Max Venable. There's the 1-0 pitch. Strike in the outside corner, 1-1. That's what Mailer wants to do now, is throw strikes. Here's the 1-1. Low and inside, 2-1. The 2-1 on the way. Didn't get the let-up. 2-2. Time called. Mailer unable to get together with Virgil on the side. Now the 2-2 pitch. Just missed inside. Full count, 3-2.
Well, about every hitter in the last couple innings has been
A lot of 3-2 counts. It is 7-4. Ron Oster drives in his 20th run of the year. So the Reds aren't giving up. That's their 10th hit. See if Chuck Tanner makes a move here. Max Venable, the batter. Venable batting for the first time in the game. He's hitting .214 with no homers and 4 RBIs. The Braves lead now a 3-run lead. A ball and no strikes on Venable. Now the 1-0 on the way. Bouncing ball over the head of Chambliss. Base hit right field. Oster heads for third. And Cincinnati will bring the potential tying run to the plate. As Venable picks up the 11th hit of the game for the Reds. Chuck Tanner on his way to the mound. He's got the left-hander Ossenmacher and the right-hander Garber ready in the bullpen, and Paul Ossenmacher is going to get the call here. So Rick Mahler losing it here in the 8th inning. He had thrown a lot of pitches, particularly in that 7th when he pitched out of a big jam. And he will leave after working 7 1/3. He is charged with 11 hits, 4 runs to this point, 3 of them earned. The runners at first and third belong to him. He walked 2, and he struck out 4. It'll be Paul Ossenmacher facing Tracy Jones, who's going to pinch hit for Eddie Milner. And we'll see how that matchup fares right after this. Problem. Just returned to active duty about 4 days ago. Tony Perez has moved on deck. Pete Rose going to pinch hit for himself, apparently. The runners are at first and third with 1 out. Braves up by 3. And Ossenmacher's pitch, a little bit low, ball 1. The right-hander is Scott Terry, the left-hander John Franco. The throw goes to first, and Venable gets back safely. Venable runs well. Has a couple of stolen bases this season. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Line drive into center field. Base hit. Scoring from third, Oster. Venable's going to wind up at third. And that makes it 7-5. Tracy Jones drives in his 9th run of the year. He hit it right up the middle. Hubbard couldn't quite get to it. That's hit number 12 of the night for Cincinnati, and Chuck Tanner on his way to the mound again. Tony Perez has already been announced as the pinch hitter for Pete Rose. And with Perez into the game, we'll get the right-hander Gene Garber. So Pete Rose pinch hitting for himself here, calling on Tony Perez, his longtime teammate. And Gene Garber is going to have one tough assignment. He's inheriting a situation, runners first and third, with 1 man out. The Braves lead at 7-5. And the next 2 hitters due up, Tony Perez and Dave Parker. So Ossenmacher faces just 1 hitter and gives up 1 hit. And while Garber warms up, we'll watch this.
You can scrub every floor, every counter, every cupboard, and still have bugs. You need America's #1 choice in pest control, the Orkin Army. We'll clean out your bugs with proven chemicals like our famous RD98. So effective, we give you our new money-back guarantee. It's another reason people choose one company far more than any other.
Orkin.
Orkin.
Call the Orkin Army, #1 against pests.
This is where it begins. Anywhere there's moisture, there's the chance of catching athlete's foot. This is where it ends. Mycotin. Only Mycotin cures athlete's foot with Myconazole, a medically proven ingredient that eliminates athlete's foot. This is where athlete's foot begins. This is where it ends. Mycotin, the end of athlete's foot.
This is appearance number 25 of the year for Gene Garber. He's 3-1 with 5 saves, a 1.08 earned run average. Gene has pitched just about as well as you can. In fact, in his last 12 games, he's worked 18 1/3 scoreless innings. Has not given up a run out of the bullpen since way back on the 15th of May. And his work cut out for him here. First and third, one man out. A 2-run lead. And Tony Perez, the hitter, followed by Dave Parker. Perez on the year, hitting just 151. No homers, 3 RBIs. He is 0 for 8 as a pinch hitter. Well, here we go. All of a sudden, a game that was a pitcher's battle between Rick Mahler and Chris Welch has become a high-scoring affair. Tracy Jones gets back to first. Garber's pitch on the way to Perez misses low and outside. Jones has pretty good speed at first base. Garber chases him back again. Here's the 1-0. Didn't get the slider, 1-1. The infield back at double play depth. Perez doesn't run well. If you can get him to hit any kind of a ground ball, it's catchable. You have a good chance of turning 2. Again, Jones chased back. Garber throwing to first base. Almost had Tracy Jones, who was maybe going on that pitch. He was leaning the other way. And he almost got himself picked off.
He took one step the wrong way. Boy, bang, bang quick. The count stays. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the hitter, Tony Perez. One man out. Here's the 1-1. Bouncing ball slowly toward short. Ramirez going to first in time for the out there. The run scores to make it a 7-6 ball game. Give Tony Perez an RBI, his 4th of the year. So now it's a 1-run game. He didn't hit it hard enough, or it would have been a cinch double play. Only 1 play for Ramirez. Here's Dave Parker. I don't think they'll pitch to Dave Parker here. Let's see who the Reds have left on their bench. They have the catcher Sal Butera. And they have Wade Rowden, and they have Kurt Stillwell.
and that's it. So you've got first base open now. And Parker will not be pitched to. This goes a little bit against the book because it puts the potential winning run on base. But when you're talking about a difference between a veteran star like Dave Parker and youngsters like Butera, Rowden, and Stillwell, you've got to take your chances with the unproven player. And now Pete Rose is going to send up Kurt Stillwell, the rookie, to pinch hit for the pitcher. You know, it's funny in this game. You see managers make that double switch and that flip-flop move all the time. And I think about as many times as not, you wind up having that spot come up in the batting order where the pitcher is anyway, in a crucial spot. It has for Pete Rose. Stillwell batting 186. No homers, 5 RBIs, hitting .203 left-handed, 143 right-handed. He's an infielder, shortstop, only 21 years old. And Garber delivers a strike, 0-1. Stillwell, the 8th man to bat in the inning. Braves had some breathing room when the inning began. They don't anymore. It's 7-6. Garber's 0-1 pitch. Way out in front of that changeup, 0-2. Parker gets his lead at first. Down at second, Jones gets his lead. Strike 3, swinging. Garber does it again. On the last homestand. Cincinnati trying to do it against Atlanta here tonight. Fly ball, pretty well hit, right center field. Dave Parker drifting back. He'll get there. 1 down. Go in. So Glenn Wilson wants the next pitching assignment in a throwaway game. There's the 2-2. Rolled towards second, Oster. On the first, 2 down. Here's the 1-2 pitch. He got him. The time had been called by the plate umpire when Dwight Evans was hitting. Ken Dixon went through and delivered the pitch, and Evans fouled it off and almost hit the umpire right in the head with that foul ball. Did he go? They want a ruling, and he did. Harry Wendelstedt says yes. And there's the second strikeout for Gene Garber. 1 down in the 9th.
It's the change again. He starts to go. Yeah, he went around. Might have been a strike anyway.
1 man out, 9th inning. Dave Concepcion is flied out, grounded out twice, and doubled. His double started off that 8th inning when the Reds rallied for 3. 317 lifetime against Gene Garber. And always dangerous in spots like this. Starts him off with a fastball right through there for a strike, 0-1. Garber trying to notch his 6th save of the season. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Strike 2 call in the outside corner. Garber quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. He has started out Concepcion with a fastball and a slider. And the 0-2 on the way, just missed outside, 1-2. He still hasn't shown him that changeup.
He has really changed his pitching pattern, I think. He's got more faith in his fastball.
Here's the 1-2. There's the changeup. Tap toward third. Oberkfell across to Chambliss. And that's out number 2. So now the last hope for the Reds is Bo Diaz, who against Gene Garber lifetime is 1 out of 6. Diaz tonight 0 for 4. 2 strikeouts, a ground out, and a fly to right. Final score, Pittsburgh beat Montreal 14-1. Rick Rhoden pitched a 3-hitter for the Pirates. The Mets lost their game today, so Montreal stays 10 games out of first. The Braves 1 out away from moving back to within 3.5 games of the National League West lead. Diaz takes outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. There's the changeup for a strike, 1-1. Should Diaz get on base, Ron Oster would be next. 7-6 Atlanta, 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. And Garber's 1-1 pitch on the way. Outside, 2-1. Now the 2-1 delivery. 2-2 the count. And Diaz has seen every pitch that Garber has. He's thrown him fastballs, sliders, and 2 changeups. The count 2-2. The 2-2 on the way. Misses outside. The count is full. Here's the 3-2 to Diaz. He hits it foul. Willie Stargell taking care of that one. Al Monchak got the duck out of the way, and that one almost knocked his antenna off. Time call. Diaz steps out. And the 3-2 again. He got him, and there's your ball game. The Braves with great relief pitching again from Gene Garber. Hold on to the final score. Atlanta 7, Cincinnati 6. We'll be back with a wrap-up right after this.